how'd you like to increase your numbers by 80% right now? Seriously?
Yeah.
Would you like to do that? Okay, cool. So I'm going to share with you a real quick story about something that happened to me, and tell you something called the 10-80-10 rule, okay? So I had a friend of mine, a real estate agent I work with. I'm a loan officer, that's what I do for a living. I also speak. But a real estate agent called me up and said, hey, Martin, I got these clients. They're talking to the bank, and the bank's really upsetting them, and they want to cancel the transaction. So he asked me, would I talk to him? Because he knows I'm kind of good with people. I said, yeah, sure, Chris, I'll give him a call. Name was Jack and Paula were the name of the clients. So I get them on the phone, Jack and Diane, right? Jack and Paula, I get them on the phone. We're talking after about a minute and a half. I figure out what the problem is. I say, Jack, Diane, this is what, or Jack and Paula, this is what the problem is, right? This is what the problem is. All you gotta do is give the bank this and write this letter and you'll be fine. They said, you know, Martin, we're fed up with them. We don't trust them. We hate them. They're just really upsetting us. It was a 45-day escrow and we were about 21 days into it. So we had about 24 days to go. They said, listen, we want you to help us. If you help us, we'll go forward. If not, we're gonna cancel the deal. So I said, sure, okay. So I closed the transaction in 19 days, got them a lower interest rate than they were gonna get with the bank, and saved them money on closing costs, about $1,000, $1,200 right there. So you think they'd be really excited, wouldn't you? Right? 2 weeks later, I look on Zillow, because I always ask my clients to post on Zillow. So I look on Zillow and I got a terrible review. It says all kinds of terrible things about me. It's like, wow, this is terrible. So I call up Chris, I say, Chris, did you see the review? And he says, yeah, I saw it, they did the same thing to me. So that afternoon I called my coach and I said, this is what happened, told him the whole story. He said, Martin, have you ever heard of the 10-80-10 rule? The 10-80-10 rule? No, I've never heard of it. He said, Martin, 10% of the people out there are gonna love you. Doesn't matter if you shoot their dog, crash their car, burn their hamburgers, there's people that are just gonna love you. You know that? You have people that just love you. You can't do any wrong by them, right?
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
And that's about 10% of the people. That's why we close on average, if we're good, about 10% of the leads that we have. So you talk to 100 people, on average, a good salesperson is going to close about 10% of them, okay? But we want more than that. We want to close to double that, right? Okay, so on the other hand, on the other side, say, Martin, 10% of the people, they're going to hate you. Doesn't matter if you make their house payment, doesn't matter what you do for them, they're just not going to like you. Like Taylor Swift, the hater's going to hate, right? Some haters, some people just hate it, right? I'm not a Taylor Swift song fan, but I love the song. I mean, I love that thing. So the other group is people that you can just take you or leave you. They don't love you, they don't hate you, they don't have any animosity to you. They just take you or leave you, right? That's the 80%. So I said, okay, so he says, well, you know, just focus on the 10% that love you. I was like, okay. So I was good that afternoon. At night, I started to think about this. And I said, you know what? My ego, edging got out, my ego doesn't want me to not connect with all these other people. So I had to figure out how to connect with these other people. So what was I doing? What was I doing and what do we do to only connect with 10% of the people out there? Well, we use something called a winning formula. That's why we connect. So I studied this. I say, why do we only connect with 10% of the people? Because mostly when we talk to people, we use our winning formula. Well, what's a winning formula? It's how we show up in life. Some of us are funny. Some of us are beautiful. Some of us are smart, right? Some of us are short. Did you say short? Some of us are strong, forceful. Some are shy, right? But you notice everybody kind of has a way about them. And once you kind of meet somebody, they're just that way. You ever notice that? They're just that way. You say, oh, you know, John's like that or Kenny's like that. It's called a winning formula. And how do we figure out this winning formula? Well, when we were little kids, when all the different things that happened to us, we put together this winning formula because that's how we win in life. So I started to think about that winning formula. Well, what's my winning formula? Well, I figured that out. And I said, what I want to do is I want to tap into this 80%, right? So I started to go out and learn stuff. And as I started to learn all this new stuff, what I realized is all I did was build this bigger and bigger and bigger. And my numbers didn't really change very much, but I really wanted to change those. So about this time, I was starting to write the curiosity theory. I said, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to apply curiosity to this other 80, 90% here. I said, hey, if I apply curiosity to this, what I could do, if the 10-80-10 rule works, I'm going to get another 10% out of this. And it happened. So I started to get my business started to grow, and this group of people started to go into here, and now my numbers were 18%. Just using curiosity. So why does curiosity work? Well, winning formula is our canned responses, our canned conversations. It's what we present to most people. But remember, only 10% of the people connect to it. The other 10 don't want anything to do with you. Curiosity has us listen to the people that are in front of us, has us ask questions, has us investigate what other people are doing. Payam, what are you doing? What's important to you? And if we start to talk to people through curiosity, what we see is that people will start to connect with more people. We'll start to build our community. We'll connect, community connect. That's exactly what happens. So I want to just challenge all you guys to go out and start using curiosity in all your conversations. And notice when you're working on winning formula, because that's going to work. That's going to get you these numbers. But if you're ready to increase your business by 80%, apply curiosity. Thank you.